Guys, we're back. This is a bad sheep. Another battle report. Game 2 of the day. I'm playing Ed.
How goes it?
Very competitive game, so just a heads up and a disclaimer before the flamers start flaming. This is a competitive game. We are kind of, practicing for a tournament. So Ed, what are you running, buddy?
I'm running my Tau for the final time on this particular table. Commander Batman's got all the utility upgrades. Squad broadsides with missile drones. Two Riptides. They're running the ion cannon. Twin link fusion blaster. 2 Sky Rays. I've got 3 squads of Fire Warriors, 2 of which are in reserve because against that they're not going to stick around. 2 squad of Kroot that are outflanking with my Ethereal, and 2 squads of Pathfinders over here and over here.
Cool, and that's an 1850 list on my side. You just saw this earlier today in my earlier upload. I have basically 6 Wave Serpents, 2 of which have Fire Dragons, 4 of which have 5-man Dire Avenger squads. I then have 3 Fire Prisms, my Farseer with 3 Jet Bikes, and everything has holofields and scatter lasers, all the shenanigans that everyone runs. And there's my guys that are just chilling out in the Serpents. I got first turn. It is night fighting. Ed, you want to try to seize?
You want to describe the mission first? As far as we've got 5 objectives. 1 here, 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 and here. We did the old football field deployment. Let's see if we can steal.
And we don't. And yes, it is a 5-objective game, just like Ed said. It's going to be Eldar turn 1 with night fighting. So, Eldar turn 1, I basically moved up. I twin-linked 2 of the Fire Prisms with my Farseer. This Fire Prism shot at the 1 Sky Ray, and it actually made its cover save. The other Prism shot at the other Sky Ray, and I actually blew it up, which was really nice. This Fire Prism tried to shoot into the broadsides with the crazy HQ Commander, and it completely scattered away. These 2 Wave Serpents went into the, what are those guys called?
Pathfinders.
Pathfinders, thank you. Pathfinders, wiped them out. And then the 2 over here went into the other Pathfinder squad and wiped them out. And then my Fire Dragons just flatted out, straight up into the fray of everything. So, got first blood, and yeah, it's going to be Tau, bottom of 1, more to come. Tau, bottom of 1. Basically, start over here. He shot the crab from the Sky Ray into this guy, did 2 hull points and immobilized it, so that was good. He then jumped his Riptide back, shot the crap out of it, didn't do anything, but then assaulted it, blew it up, so my Fire Dragons came out, and I lost 1 in that blast. These guys poured a ton of fire into this Serpent, destroyed it, and my Dire Avengers popped out. Over here, he did the same exact thing with this Riptide. I could not shoot it down with my cover saves, and then I got my Fire Dragons out and did not lose any. And that's pretty much it. I want to say he ran his Fire Warriors into the ruins there. And yeah, it's going to be top of 2. It was a very brutal game. More to come. Top of 2. Basically, poured a lot of shots into the broadside team. I did kill a broadside and a few missile drones, which was good. Did a wound onto the leader and another wound on another broadside. Eventful things. I poured pretty much everything I had into them. And then basically, I assaulted with my Fire Dragons after shooting. I did 2 wounds to this Riptide. He failed combat, and trying to sweep him, I rolled a 1, and he got away, which sucked. Over here, I failed. I did 1 wound, and that's about it. So we're still locked in, though. And it is going to be. Oh yeah, and that was after guiding and all that fun stuff with the prisms. So it is going to be bottom of 2. Bottom of 2. Basically, the Riptides failed his leadership again and is running off the table. He tried with his Fire Warrior squad over here, tried to kill my Fire Dragon, ate it all day long. The broadside team, they took out this Wave Serpent. My Avenger spilled out. He marker lit this Serpent over here. Didn't really have anything to shoot at it with, though, so that was maybe a little bit of a misplay. And then over here, basically, we locked in combat. I did 1 more wound. He failed to do any wounds to me. So, yeah, nothing really came in from reserve except those Fire Warriors in the back right there of your screen.
Botched my rolls there.
Yeah, so rolls are kind of mixing this game up a little bit. It's going to be top of 3. Keep in mind, there's still 5 objectives on this board. More to come. All kinds of stuff on turn 3. Basically, everything you can see here, I moved everything up. I jumped all my Dire Avengers out. Every single shot of my army went into the commander squad, wiping everybody out but a drone, a broadside, and his commander.
And the commander with 1 wound left.
Yeah, and everything has 1 wound. I then, because I wanted to tie them up, I moved my Dire Avengers and assaulted them, and actually made the assault, which was awesome, out of difficult terrain, losing all but 1 and making my morale. Over here, I did one more wound to the Riptide. He did one to me, so we're still locked in combat. So they are definitely doing what I need them to do. Back here, my lone fire dragon moved around. I shot at the Riptide, kind of screwed that up, whiffed it, and then I was like, I'm going to assault anyway, which was dumb. He overwatched me and blew me up. So, key mistake. And yeah, it's going to be top of 3, guys. Give you a shot at the board. Hope you're enjoying it. More basically, what, bottom of 3, bud? Bottom of 4.
Bottom of 4.
Bottom of 4. Yeah. Crew came on, wiped out basically both of my Dire Avenger squads that were over here. He then shot these Fire Warrior squads, wiping out the last one. Over here I had one Dire Avenger squad. He shot his, I forget what he shot at it, but basically wiped it down to 1. Oh yeah, these Fire Warriors.
Yeah, those Fire Warriors.
Yeah. And then basically, in close combat, the Riptide shot over into my Farseer and it scattered and hit my Prism but didn't do anything. Over in combat here, he finally wiped my one Dire Avenger out, which was great. And then over here in combat, he beat me. He got 2 wounds on me. However, he did not overcharge. I did 2 wounds, AP 2, and he rolled a 6 and a 5. So he should be dead.
He should be dead.
And then anyway, I made my leadership with the one guy, so they're still stuck in. So I mean, they're still doing their job. Yeah, it's very interesting. So it's gonna be top of 5. Which is really brutal. So it's going to be, more to come, pretty bad. Basically, move my jet bikes back onto this objective. I made a crucial error, which we'll talk about later, but whatever. Basically, the fire prisms, they went into this squad without the ethereal, and I'll explain why I did that later. And then I took my 2 wave serpents into the squad that was sitting on the objective. I rolled like complete crap. I should have easily wiped them out with two wave serpents, and I did not. The assault with the Riptide went terrible. He rolled another 6 for his Invuln, and I just can't. It's just not happening. So yeah, this lone wolf back here ran back, and it's gonna be bottom of 5, guys. Let's ouch. Going all downhill for Eldar. Basically, he ran up and assaulted with the Riptide into my Fire Prism, or my one Wave Serpent, and then he multi-assaulted the other Wave Serpent, the Fire Prism, killed the Fire Prism, only did 1 hull point to the Wave Serpent, but it is immobilized. Over here, his commander and all that fun stuff, and the broadside assaulted my Fire Prism, only did 1 hull point. He then Sky Rayed down my Dire Avenger, and the Riptide moved up, and let's see if he goes on, buddy.
We did take out one of the jet bikes.
Oh yeah, yes, he did take out one of the jet bikes. So, bam. And that was with the one Riptide that moved.
That moved forward.
Yep. See if it goes on, man. The game is over.
Mercifully ended.
Good game, dude.
Good game. Thank you, sir.
Yep. And we're going to do some tactics after this. I do want to point out a few mistakes that I made. I want to hear from you guys. So, yeah, more to come. Thoughts on the game, buddy?
This was close. It didn't start taking a downhill turn for Cody until towards the end of turn 3. I had one goal. I had kept my troops off the board because I didn't think they'd be able to be effective in the first 2 turns, and they weren't. Cody made an interesting choice on that 3rd turn where he got most of his scoring units out. I understand what he was doing. His whole goal was to take out the broadsides, and when that failed, he had all of his troop choices out in the open to be shot off, and that's exactly what I did. Beyond that, Riptides are a bear. He's assaulted them, he shot them, he got them into hand-to-hand, and they're both still on the board. Overall, good game. I expected this game to be tough, and I bet you if we played this one again with a different deployment, Cody would beat me. So I thought it was a good game.
Wow.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, so Ed, phenomenal game. It was a lot of fun. This is my 2nd game today with these guys. A couple mistakes that I'd made. Basically, first turn I wanted to be aggressive. I wanted to try to get into the Riptide's faces with my Fire Dragons, try to do some damage to them. I did. The Fire Dragons definitely did what they had to do. My mistake was, as Ed pointed out, jumping all of my scoring units out. I knew he had stuff coming in from reserve. I got way too excited, way too aggressive, and it was like, oh shit, when I figured out I couldn't kill the commander squad. That was my big downfall. And there was another one I wanted to mention, but I kind of forget. Oh, the reason I shot into the one Crude squad that came in, they were like to the left side, closest to the objective. I kind of figured that if I could knock them off, and with my 2 wave serpents, I should have been able to knock the Fire Warriors off the objective. I was hoping that he wouldn't be able to, with his remaining Crude squad, he was too far away from any objective to kind of run onto it. So that's why I went against shooting into the Warlord squad. I know I would have gotten the Warlord point, but I want to try to deny him at least, one objective. So, yeah, main issues I already pointed out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give us some feedback and critique, and always more to come next week.